There's one more recipe I would really like to share with you guys today, and it calls easy artisan bread. You heard it correct. So we're gonna make a bread together. That's right. So with just few ingredients, you will have delicious, homemade, warm bread. Imagine when your family and children find out. They will drive you crazy, and I bet you will have to make it a few times a week. So stay tuned. So there's two ways you can make this bread. One is with your hand, another one with a mixer. I will use today my KitchenAid mixer that I bought a few years ago. I purchased it on Costco and I absolutely love it. I also like that they have a pretty much lifetime warranty. So if anything does happen, you can return it back. And price-wise, it's pretty much the same no matter where you buy it. So highly recommend you to get that one if you can. If you can't, that's okay. The only difference is going to be you will have to use your hands to knead the dough very, very well. And with this area of the hand, you will have to really push the dough in order to combine all the ingredients very, very well together. All right, so stay tuned. So as I mentioned, you will need your mixer or your hands. This is the mixer I will use today. So it looks just like that. It's nice red color. It has different speed options in here. It also has a bowl. It has attachments. It comes with 3 different attachments. This here attachment is our dough attachment we'll be using today. So the way you place it in is just simply roll it, screw it, leave it up, and then let it fall. Now here, this latch is going to help us bring the bowl up and down. So the ingredients we'll be using today are, we'll be using our flour. So any kinds of white flour you can find, it's going to be perfectly fine. We will need 3 1/4 cups of the all-purpose flour. I just buy my flour by big bags, so I just save money that way, but you can buy also little amounts. So the flour I will be using here, it's also equivalent to 416 grams of the flour. So in the case you're just using different measurement system. And this flour costed us 95 cents. Another ingredient we need is yeast. So this is the yeast I like to use. However, I bake a lot. Therefore, I advise you, based on how often you're baking, this is how you make the decision how big of the yeast you purchase, because yeast is not very cheap nowadays to buy. So for example, one of those little containers, it's gonna cost you based on 100 grams. So this is more than 100 grams. It's gonna cost you just under $4. And the amount we will need today here, it is 1 tablespoon worth of yeast, which is 32 cents. Another ingredient we will need is 1 tablespoon of salt. So any kinds of salt you have. And our last ingredient is 1.5 cup of lukewarm water. So what means lukewarm water, guys? So when you put your finger inside, you cannot burn and you cannot be too cold. So really a room temperature water will be the best. Okay, so let me place all my ingredients in mixer and I'll show you how that goes in a bit. Every time I use my mixer, I like to first put it apart. Why? Well, so ingredients are not falling over and it's much easier to use the bowl. So I will simply just unscrew my bowl. I did rinse it just before starting this video. I always like to rinse my things, even though we're a clean house, but still like to be safe. Better safe than sorry, right? So we'll start with our flour. We'll literally very carefully place all of our flour in. The second ingredient you will start using is a water. So simply just pour this water in. Don't worry about making any holes. Don't worry about making any anything. Just pour it in. Then we will use all of our salt and yeast. Now, a lot of times people like to ask, well, do I actually have to dissolve yeast in a water before placing them in and let them stay a little bit on side? The interesting thing is, from my experiences, if you happen to use this brand of yeast, right, that you can find nowadays in most of Canadian stores, you do not have to always dilute the yeast separately. Why not? Because this is an instant yeast, and for me it always worked. So I'll just place this in, and mixer is gonna do its work now. So I'll place my bowl back in, screw it up. So just make sure you pick the back side, make it level. Place my attachment in, so my dough attachment, screw it, let it fall, and now I will start. So I know when the machine will start, you guys are not going to be able to hear me. So I will first start with my smallest speed, and I will keep going up and keep mixing it very, 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 very slowly. So from slow to high, and it should take about 4 or 5 minutes for dough nicely to develop and to get like a bowl consistency. So I will show you how that looks in a bit. So I'm just stopping here a little bit mixer just to show you guys. So this is actually how it looks after about 2 minutes kneading with a mixer. So I'll just continue kneading that up, and I'll see in about 2.5 minutes more. So this is the consistency what we need to get with our dough. So it has to look like that in a mixer. Now we will take our dough out. So I will open up the mixer, take our hook down, clean it very, very good so we don't lose any dough. And I forgot to mention you guys in before, and I do apologize. I do have a little bit flour on the side, and this is actually just because we will finish it kneading with our hands. So I'm just spreading the flour in here. I'll grab my dough, put a little bit of flour on my hands, just taking it out of the bowl. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly what we needed. So I'll just finish it kneading it in here. So let's say if you do not have a mixer, this is actually how you would knead it. So you would just use this area of your paws. So just like that. Look how gorgeous that looks. Look at that dough. Look at that. Look. It is absolutely gorgeous. So you have two options from here. One is you actually put this dough into the bowl, which I will do. Another one is you put it back into the mixing bowl where you took it from, and then you have to cover it up. I am a type of the person that likes to do what my grandma did before in Bosnia. So I'm very, very old style, like chef, very old style baker as well. So I will cover my dough with a very, very clean cloth, and I will let this rise for about 1.5 to 2 hours. The size of this dough is gonna have to double it up, okay? Now, a lot of times people also ask me, hey, do I need to put some oil or some parchment paper in a bowl when I let it rest so it doesn't stick to the bowl? I like to see it like that. So I like to use a little bit of the oil just to oil up the bowl. Now, what kind of oil? Whatever you have, not a big deal. And I like to oil a little bit on top so it doesn't stick nothing to it. But it's really on you if you wanna do that or no. A lot of people don't use it. It's your choice, okay? So I will now cover my dough and put it back into the bowl, cover it up, and I will see in about 1.5 hours to show you how my dough looks like. So after letting the dough rise for 1.5 hours, our dough is ready to get in the oven. Of course, before that we have to uncover it, so you guys can see how gorgeous it got. It literally doubled, so it's very, very nice. It's very, very nice and fluffy. So it's perfect actually to be shaped and placed in the oven. In the meantime, I did start my oven at 350. This dough itself is gonna bake anywhere between 40 and 45 minutes. So it just depends how crispy or skinny you want it to have. So just placing my parchment paper, holding it up a little bit to make sure it fits my pan. Flip that up. There we go. Making it bed for it. So in any tray you guys have. And I'll very, very, very gently take it out. So just lift up the sides. And I have two options. One is I knead it a little bit and I let it rise for 1 more hour, or I just place it in the oven like that. So if you like nice and fluffy bread, I would do that. I would shape it up, place it on a tray, and then let it rise for up to an hour and then bake it. However, in our household, we like more dense bread. So basically we like that. I'm not gonna double rise it. I'll just shape it like that and I'll place it in the oven. Very carefully pick it up. See the bottom part, we're gonna leave it on the bottom, and we will place it. We will place it on the parchment paper very, very, very carefully. Make the shape you would like. And you can cut it or you can just leave it the way it is. So what I will do is I will place some marks on top. I got a very, very sharp knife. So with a very sharp knife, I decided to just make some cuts on the top. You can make them anywhere you would like. There you go. That's all what I'll do. I'll place my bread in the oven. Like I said, on 350 preheated oven, and it will bake for about 40-45 minutes. So just placing our bread in. I do have already my muffins inside. I decided to make some muffins today as well. So just placing both of these baking goodies in the oven, shutting the doors down, and timer, place 40 minutes. Start. There you go. Well, I will see you in a bit. Wow, like a real grandma's homemade bread. So, and it looks very, very gorgeous. You guys can see our loaf. If you happen to have a family of 4, it should last you for up to 2 days. So I would even say, even though we did calculate our ingredients to cost $1.37, you can easily split that up on 2 days, so it will be even less. So I will let this bread a little bit to cool down for up to 20-25 minutes, and then I will slice it up and I'll show you how it looks inside. So we'll see you in a bit. All right, so we're just done making all 4 delicious, very healthy, some of them also gluten-free, full of nutrients, and absolutely amazing meals for the day. So I would just like to guide you through what we created. So first dish we made was a tomato-based risotto. So if you guys want to look in my YouTube video, please check out the recipe. The risotto itself fed 4 people, or made 4 portions, and the price of it was only $1.36. Right? Amazing! Yes, you should take a look at that recipe. Another recipe or another meal we created was a very, very delicious split pea soup. So it was very, very healthy, full of proteins, minerals, iron, zinc meal. So you can easy use that as a lunch. So that was another one. And then the last 2 we made are just in front of me. So first we actually started with our artisan bread. That turned out very, very nice. So it's very nice and crunchy on the top and very nice and soft inside. And it smells just divine. So this is actually very, very good to use as a breakfast dish, or you could even use it as a dinner. Depends where you're from. If you're from Europe like me, you'll have it now with a tea, with some delicious honey that is from local place here in St. Albert. Actually, I'm embarrassed. I should know that because they're selling next to me on farmers market, so I should know. But anyways, they're very, very local. They're not far from where I live, located, so it's very delicious honey. As well as we have here a mandarin and orange marmalade that we created with the cheese seeds, if you guys remember. So I would like to cut now the bread in front of you guys. So while I'm enjoying my tea, delicious tea, I will also have a slice of my bread. So some people like to slice their bread like this. This is how my mom does it. So I will just slice it like that. Look at that. That looks just like a perfectly baked bread. And guess what the price was to make that bread? So whole loaf of bread that you see here, that you can easily have it for 2 days, it costed us, let me just quickly check it out. It was $1.32. So you can easily use that for 2 days. So in the end, this loaf was 66 cents. Look how beautiful that bread is. Just gorgeous. So I will have my favorite part, which is the end part, with some jam that we just created. Spread that nicely on a bread. Nice and thick. I like thick. Look at that. With some honey in my tea. And I will tell you guys, thank you very much for watching all of my videos. I really appreciate for all of the subscribers that are subscribing to my channel. And I'm hoping I can create way more meals like that. My goal is that I I give you guys for 30 days of delicious meals for 4 people. Cost for all 3 meals per day, $5 or under. So all the meals that we just made, so tomato-based risotto, split pea soup, bread, and a marmalade, costed us for 4 people to feed $4.29. Amazing, eh? So would you like to know more about it? Subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. What a good bread.